You've watched it a lot as well.
And I'm fixing to watch another one. Tonight, we'll be watching the West All-Stars playing against the East All-Stars. And even though today won't count in the standings, still such an exciting day in the NBA, and both teams are up for this one. And how much fun is this? The All-Star game officially upon us, typically a high-scoring, fast-breaking affair. Shaq, any reason to think it's going to be anything different this time around?
Well, there are no more Dikembe Mutombos.
Oh, that was very impressive.
Thank you, Ernie. Not as many shot-blocking centers in the league now. That might have slowed things down a little. Offense rules the game. I wish Dikembe was still here so he can go, no, 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 Ernie.
How about if I play you and you play Dikembe?
No.
Mr. Mutombo, I really like the way you played the game, but I like it when you used to wave your finger.
Well, thank you, Ernie. Everything good. Shaq threw 2 elbows in my face. I think he called it elbow sandwich.
Well, I'll be you, Ernie. Hey, so Kevin Harlan, we're going to go courtside with you, and we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm really confused now.
I'm not.
Hi, everyone. We welcome you to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. On the floor for the West All-Stars, they've got LeBron James. Harden out there with Steph Curry. And there's Davis, and it's Gasol in at the center position.
And he's been a gem this year. I mean, there have been so many highlights for him all over the first half of this season.
And I've got a feeling, Greg, he's just getting warmed up. I think he'll be even better after the All-Star break.
And fans and celebrities alike have descended on this town for All-Star Week. There's been a bunch of fun events going on all over the place.
And, Greg, it's like that every year.
Well, this night is all about the entertainment value in terms of that dunk. Definitely entertaining.
Yep, and he's hearing it from the crowd. I mean, it's going to be really hard to top that one.
And we've got a collection of the greatest players in the world here. I mean, and playing in an event where they can really let it all hang out.
And that's exactly why we always come away with such great memories. I mean, because they really do try to give the fans as many highlights as possible. And they are the best players in the world.
Curry can't get it to go. On defense, the West All-Stars. It's a 5-point game. The East All-Stars shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from DeRozan.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris? Oh, look out, and then you throw him stuff like that. You go, oh my, how does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini.
Oh, goodness.
Irving against Curry. The offensive rebound. Bosh. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Bosh has got his first bucket of the night. East All-Stars on defense. Trailing by 4. Curry can't get it to go.
I'm not even going to comment on that.
Neither am I. I mean, if you're going to attempt a buzzer beater, I guess I will comment. Make sure there's actually a buzzer to beat.
And it's Irving missing.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Outside for Curry. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. 8 points for Steph Curry.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
George passes to Horford. Cloak loose. Here's the break. The dish to James. Fires the three. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board. Bosh, a screen on Curry. Nobody near Irving. Nailed from three-point land. Irving's got his first 3 points of the game. James with it. In the corner. Harden. LeBron James on the wing. Outside Curry. 4 on the clock. The baseline J. Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got 5 now.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
On its way from Curry for 2. And it's the East with the rebound. Here's DeRozan. And the rejection by James. On up the court. And it's Davis with the jam.
Oh, the alley-oop connection. That's all-star play at its best.
There's a minute 34 left in the first. And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're getting the looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
Yeah, and the slump that they're having shooting the ball can take its toll on you if you're not mentally strong. So I like this time out here to try to get those guys reset and refocused.
New players in now for the East. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Marc Gasol. .130 left here in the opening quarter. Wade kicks to Anthony. The basket good off the assist from Wade.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Wall against Curry. Fires for 3. Another miss by Curry. Pass to Wall. He dishes it to Love. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Love's got his first points of the night.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Outside, Davis. Can't get it to go. So the East All-Stars will take it the other way. Deep 2 from Anthony. Blake Griffin pulls it in.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
And a wide open look for James. And the 3 ball is good. LeBron's got his second basket of the night.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Inside. The shot by Curry, no good.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter. Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
It's rebounded by John Wall.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there. Well, you can't expect lockdown D in the All-Star game, especially in the first half.
And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. It's the West All-Stars leading by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. we welcome you back to the NBA All-Star Game as we get set to begin the second quarter.
And you can see these players now start to see a lot better flow to the game here in the second quarter.
That's usually the case. I mean, it takes some time to gel with your teammates at the All-Star Game.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
Horford is out there with Chris Bosh. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Thomas. And it's DeRozan in at the 2. So that's who the East All-Stars start the second with.
Yeah, a little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Here's Horford, and he banks in the layup. Horford's got his second basket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Griffin kicks to Durant. Leonard with no one around. Off target with his 3. George dishes to Thomas. Back to George. And Durant sends it back. They get it back. They got him on the arm, but it still can. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the West All-Stars.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
Paul kicks to Griffin, and he goes in for the dunk.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Dishes it to George for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. George has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. It's a close game here in Toronto. Kicks it to Leonard. Stolen by George. Here's DeRozan. No good. Excellent D there from Holiday. At the elbow, Griffin. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And how about all these dunks? I mean, this game's been a complete crowd pleaser, no doubt.
I know, I'm loving it. These players are really strutting their stuff tonight. Showtime!
Thomas passes to Horford. And Durant sends it back. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Durant. Kyrie Irving, he's checked in for the East. There's the pick for the 3. Can't hit. Now the West All-Stars the other way. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. West All-Stars shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. The free throw drops for Leonard. Kemba Walker is checked in for Paul George.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
Here's Durant, and it's sent back by Irving. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. Leonard dishes to Paul. To the paint. The kick out to Holiday. Here's Griffin. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. 8 points for Blake Griffin.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Will it go? No good off the back of the rim. It's a 7-point spread. And here's Leonard from 3. That's good. Leonard's got 5 now.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Timeout called, East All-Stars.
Just not happy with how his team is playing, and they just have been on the wrong side of this run.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? Sometimes just a pause in the action, which is what a timeout can give you, is enough to change things around.
All-Stars with some changes. Kevin Love's checked in for Horford. Millsap comes in for Chris Bosh. And Anthony subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. LeBron, he's checked in for Griffin. Anthony Davis comes in for Kevin Durant. James Harden, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Paul. And Walker kicks to Love. Can they get it? And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Irving against Curry. Irving drives in. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Kevin Love. Feeds to James. No one near him. Rebound by the East All-Stars.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Irving for 3, and that one's good. Now just a 3-point West All-Star lead.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an All-Star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
The drive by Anthony. The quick look, no good that time. 1:30 left here in the second. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist from Leonard. And that's now 11 points for Steph Curry.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up. He is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the rim.
To the middle, here's Millsap. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Millsap's got his first points of the game.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
A nice shot by LeBron.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Carmelo Anthony. And stolen by Love. He feeds it to Walker. Trying to find Irving. He's got it now. Davis with some nice D.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Curry kicks to LeBron. Rebounded by Anthony. The East All-Stars on offense. 6-point game. He couldn't stay in bounds, and that's going to be a turnover.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Harden outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Harden's got 8. Now here's Anthony. Here's Love. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Boy, oh boy, to be young again. My, oh my. Got me thinking back to my days.
Oh, yeah, right. It does make you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Well, speak for yourself, because I could never throw it down like that, but I will say it sure looks fun, doesn't it?
And so we conclude the first half. West All-Stars lead by 7. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the first half of the All-Star game, and I would never try to speak for Shaq and Kenny,
Please don't.
but I have certainly been enjoying the action. Have you been enjoying the action, Shaq?
Are you looking at me, Ernie?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the action, Ernie. Very, very fun.
Yeah, this is a great first half. Can't wait for the second.
And guys, some memorable All-Star Weekend competitions over the years, but what a stacked roster this year's West All-Stars have. Wow. I don't think anyone's surprised they've had the upper hand in sportsmanship and in the scoring so far tonight.
Well, the West has been the most dominant conference for quite some time now, and they're showing why that's the case. The depth of the Western Conference in the All-Star game is something that usually gives them an advantage. All these guys are just here to have fun, but deep down, they're competing to win.
And I think no matter how deep we see the Western Conference, the top stars in the East want to try to get back on top here tonight. We might see a lot more fight as we get into the second half, but we really have seen some great plays from the West in the first 2 quarters.
And that'll wrap up our halftime show. The third quarter set to go moments from now. We will be right back here after the game.
Return to the NBA All-Star Game. One half is in the books, and the second half about to begin.
And that first half was terrific. I'll bet anything, though, the second has even more in store for us.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think it's going to be a spectacular final 2 quarters.
And the West All-Stars looking at who they've got. Steph Curry's out there with Harden. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's LeBron in at the 5 spot. The East All-Stars shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. He's off on the first. So he comes up empty, missing both.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
Outside Leonard. The tray. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss. Leonard's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Curry against Irving. Curry with some nice D.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
Back to Harden. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Harden hits them both. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. They trail by 9 points. Outside, George. They set the pick. Horford sets a screen for George. Out to the wing. And Horford wide open. He shoots. The shot is off. Now the West All-Stars the other way. James outside. And here's Leonard from 3. Yes, that's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got 3 assists in the game. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points. Timeout called, East All-Stars.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pack.
So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for LeBron. Durant comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Gordon Hayward's checked in for James Harden. And Lillard subbed in for Steph Curry. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. George passes to DeRozan. Bosh, the screen. Pass to Horford. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Horford's got his third basket of the night right there.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with. That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will to date.
Yeah, the defense struggling to take that away from them.
Bosh, the screen. George dishes to Bosh. Hayward with some nice D.
That's one for their first four to start the second half.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And George kicks to Irving. The shot's good on the assist by George. 8 points for Kyrie Irving.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Now Lillard. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And yes, sir, that one drops. Lillard's got the lead up to 13 now for the West All-Stars.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Horford with the screen on Lillard to the paint, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. It's going to be on Blake Griffin. The East All-Stars have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts. That one is off. And the East All-Stars with some changes. Paul Millsap is checked in for George, and it's Isaiah Thomas in for Kyrie Irving. And he's good on the second. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. And so the ball out of bounds. Bosh touched it last.
And you can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
Walker's checked in for the East. Hayward passes to Durant. And yes, sir, that one drops. Durant's got his first points of the night.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
And Thomas, here we go. Here's Walker. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Lillard against Thomas. And it's sent back by Bosh. And Walker kicks to Bosh. Here's Millsap. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Hayward dishes to Lillard. Here's Durant. And he hits the jumper for 2. Durant's got 4 points in the quarter. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Not time to panic yet, guys.
Yeah, but it will be soon if they don't start cutting into this deficit.
Here's Bosh. Great D that time from Davis. Lillard outside. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Hayward.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And some changes here for the East. Kevin Love's checked in for Bosh. Anthony comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And John Wall's subbed in for Walker. Millsap a screen on Lillard. Outside for Millsap. Wall wide open. The three-pointer no good. Wall against Durant. Hayward passes to Griffin. And stolen by Love. Passes it to Thomas. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. And the East All-Stars making a change here. Wade's checked in. And the East All-Stars call time here.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
And some changes here for the West All-Stars. James checked in for Anthony Davis. Paul comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Curry subbed in for Damian Lillard. Wall against Curry. Here's Anthony. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got his 4th assist in this one. Anthony's gotten it done so far from the field tonight, making 4 of his 6 attempts. Curry against Wall. Taken away by Anthony. Poked away. Wade outside. Fires from deep. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. They get the rebound. James kicks to Curry. Thomas with the steal. And Durant sends it back. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Durant. And the East with some changes. Horford comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Paul George in for Thomas. Wade with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. Snatched up. Anthony, that's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. And so here are the West All-Stars. 10-point lead, and he gets the bucket. 15 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. Wade dishes to Horford. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. West All-Stars out in front, up by 11. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports.
Every dime is a flake.
Welcome, everyone, back to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game. A great night of basketball here on 2K Sports.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
Paul George is out there with Chris Bosh. Then there's Horford. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Irving at the 5. That's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
And you're going to take as many of those high-percentage shots as you can get.
And the wide-open shot from Paul. Offensive rebound. LeBron can't get it to go.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
DeRozan's shot is good. And here is Paul. James outside. Fires the 3. Another miss by James.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Goes back up. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from DeRozan. Here's Curry. LeBron with a screen on Irving. The pass to LeBron. Outside Durant. 5 to shoot. From past the arc. Rebound by the East All-Stars. Horford's got 5 rebounds tonight. Inside. Here's George. And it's Durant with the rebound. George has gone 1 of 4 so far. And finished off by LeBron.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
George with no one around. That doesn't go either for George.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
In the corner, it's Griffin. Lets the 3 fly, but they get it back. Paul passes to Griffin. Outside for Curry. From deep three-point range. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Not time to panic yet, guys.
Yeah, but it will be soon if they don't start cutting into this deficit.
And DeRozan. Here we go. And that one's good.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
Well, a good game tonight for DeRozan. He has 9 points, and he's been delivering a healthy dose of helpers, too.
He really has, Clark. Always with his head up, looking to make the pass, trying to find the open man.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. So for the West, Davis is checked in for Griffin. Harden comes in for Kevin Durant. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Paul. Curry with it. LeBron outside. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the West All-Stars.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
And both free throws, good for James. And Clark, they're going to have to make a pretty big comeback here.
Yeah, I think so, but I don't think the clock is a factor right now, at least not yet. I mean, they don't need to change their pace of play. Keep attacking.
I'm not really sure. I think it's be a mistake to let the shot clock in under 10 seconds from here on out.
Al Horford impeding the defense there with a solid screen.
Lillard from outside. Davis kicks to LeBron. Harden outside. Takes the 3. And that is good.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
And the East All-Stars call time here. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
He's dialed in from long range. They got to stay in his hip pocket and deny him the catch.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what head coach of the East All-Stars said to his team. Horford was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. With the minutes ticking down and the deficit still a big one, those adjustments have to be a chance worth taking, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. It's DeRozan with the drive. Off target there with the little leaner.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Irving kicks to DeRozan. Can't hit. Now the West All-Stars the other way. Lillard with no one around. Goes back up, and LeBron with the nice bucket inside. James has got 6 here in this quarter.
I tell you what, they've struggled shooting the basketball on this run, but they're getting a lot of second chance points to make up for it.
Yeah, and you know, you don't need to hit all your shots when you can rebound the way they have.
The drive by Bosch. Great D that time from Davis. Bosch has gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field here. It's tipped. Paul George with the steal. To stop the run, and the layup is good.
What a nice play. Stole it away and took it coast to coast.
A minute 20 left in the fourth. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Really just continuing to increase the lead. This one should be easy for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, at this late stage, a lead like that, it has a team really feeling quite good about itself, and deservedly so. He hit a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Now the feed to Harden. Back to James. He kicks it to Davis. Harden dishes to Lillard. 6 on the shot clock. The West All-Stars need to get a shot off here. And they turn it over. Stepped in the line that time.
Timeout, East All-Stars.
Timeout called, East All-Stars. They're down by 15. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Wade. Love wide open. He fires. No good on the triple. Outside Curry. .30 seconds left in the fourth. Davis sets a screen. Harden outside. 5 on the clock. And Davis throws it down.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
Here's Love, and the shot is long. Curry against Anthony. Curry passes to James. Left side Curry. From deep. Off target. Target with that shot. So no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win.
And it's impossible to know what's going to happen in these games. The talent on both sides is always so strong. But tonight, the West seemed a little more comfortable playing together as a unit, and that's what earned them the win.
You mentioned that all broadcast long, and sure enough, it came to fruition. That brings us to the conclusion of our All-Star coverage. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan wishing you all a very good night.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith in the All-Star Game action now in the books. So let's take a look back at some of the footage from our All-Star Game MVP, Stephen Curry. He made all the key plays every step of the way. They depend on him to deliver these sorts of performances, and he helped carry his team tonight.
Well, he had fun out there. He also didn't shy away from putting on that flash and pizzazz to make the highlights. I thought he gave the fans a gutsy performance. All the celebrities stopped looking at me and started waving at him. He had a couple of good candidates, but he deserved it.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of single-handedly taking over a ball game than he is. What I mean is, Steph Curry's hot. Is hotter than anyone else is hot. He can beat you with his feet, his mind, his shot. The only thing you can be sure of is that he will beat you.
And that'll do it for this year's All-Star Game. Some splendid talent on display tonight. For Shaquille O'Neal and for Kenny the Jet Smith and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again to start up the NBA's second half of the season.